Hi everyone, welcome back to another one of my Masterclass videos. This one is going to be talking about Endplays. Now, you might have heard about Endplays playing at the table, playing against people who are pretty good and know what they're doing, and they might have mentioned the word, or you might roughly know what they are and haven't managed to consciously do one, and when it happens, it's a bit lucky. So we're going to go through today what you need for an Endplay to work, the common sort of suit combinations you'll be looking for when you're looking for an Endplay, and then a few hands demonstrating different points of an end play, some of which you can pause and have a go at yourself. So without further ado, let's take a look at what an end play is with an example with only 4 cards left where we can see all 4 hands. So here's an example where you're in 3 no trumps, the lead is in the north hand and everyone has only got diamonds left. No one's played any diamonds, someone's thrown one away maybe, and you're in this position and you need 2 more tricks, let's say. This is a classic end play situation, and the idea being is for an end play to work, you need to lose the lead to someone, you need to throw them in, give them a trick, however you want to phrase it, so in such a position where they haven't got any return they've got that doesn't lose them a trick on return. Okay, so maybe there's a loser that you've got to lose, and you can give them that at a point where they can't actually return anything that's beneficial to the defense. So let's see what happens here. You can see we're in the north hand. We've got 2 options. We can either take one of the finesses or we can play the ace. If we take one of the finesses and we know that everyone's only got diamonds left, if the finesse wins, brilliant. If the finesse loses, what on earth can West do? So let's say we take the queen as our finesse and it loses to the king. West is now end play. They did have 2 diamond tricks initially. They had the king and the jack over the queen and the 10. But now they've only got diamonds left. They have to lead a diamond back, and you can see the lead to 5, and that's going to go round to the 10, and South's going to make the last 2 tricks. So in this particular case, we had end played West in diamonds. Let's have a look at a similar position where it won't work, and then we can think about the main reasons or the main things we need to do to prepare an end play. So you can see here we've got sort of the same situation. We're in the north hand. We're going to lead a diamond. The diamond suit is distributed the same way it was before. But the difference is we've got an ace of spades and everyone's got 1 spade and that we haven't cashed before. Now, if we cash the ace of spades, we'd get to the same position as we had before and we'd be able to end play West. But remember, an end play only works if you give them a trick at a point where they've got no safe return. In this particular case, if we lose a trick to West, while West still has this worthless spade left, they can play the spade and they're not end played. So we can see how this plays out. You win the king, and now instead of having only diamonds left like they had on the previous example, West has a spade. West is going to play the spade, North wins, and North in real life wouldn't know that West has the jack of diamonds as well, would take another diamond finesse and would be unlucky. Now, obviously, some of the time the double diamond finesse might be right, some of the time the end play might be right, but maybe West has opened the bidding or something like that, where you can be pretty sure they have at least the king of diamonds, if not the jack as well. So we've got the same combination we had before, but in this time North's in 4 spades, so you're more likely, I think, to find end plays with trumps involved, because what you can do when trumps are involved is you don't need East and West to only have 1 suit left. You just need to make sure that the North and South cards have no cards in the suits that they've got safe exits in. What we mean by that, for example, if East or West gain the lead here, they can't play a diamond, that gives a rough and discard and it gives you an extra trick, and they can't play a club, that gives you a rough and discard and gives you an extra trick. So in this particular case, we've got the same combination, ace, queen, 10. We know that's a classic end play situation, and what we can do with this is do the same thing again. We can take a finesse, we can play the queen or the 10. If you play the queen and it loses to the king, West is end played. What can they play back? With trumps in play, as long as they haven't got a trump to play, they haven't got any safe exits. A heart gives you the ace 10 of hearts. A diamond gives you a rough and discard, and a club gives you a rough and discard. At the table, they played a diamond, and what we can do is we can rough in either hand. Let's say we discard a heart in the north hand and rough in the south hand. We've done that. Now you can see we've got the ace of hearts and the ace king of spades for our last 3 tricks. We've gained a trick with the end play. If we have a look at the full hand, oops, there we go. You can see that West had the king jack of hearts. Okay, so that is an end play, and one of the things you need to do, especially with trumps involved, is make sure they've got no trumps left and make sure that any suit that they can exit in where they're not giving you a trick gives you a rough and discard. So what we needed to do in this particular case is make sure North and South had no diamonds left, which meant if East or West won a trick and they couldn't play a diamond, they would have to play a heart, which is what we wanted. So now we have a similar situation to last time. South's hearts are now ace, queen, 9. Is that good enough? Yes, it is. Exactly the same thing's going to happen if we allow West to win the first heart. They're going to be end played. They might not be able to play a heart back, and they definitely can't play a club or a diamond back. Again, we're playing with trumps, and we're assuming that East-West have no trumps left. We've drawn all those trumps. So if East plays low, it's dead easy. We play the 9, and now what can West do? Either this forces the king, brilliant, or this forces the jack or the 10, which it forces the jack in this case. But what can West do? West's in the same familiar position that they had last time. They have no safe exits. Again, they may play a heart back, and it doesn't matter. This is now going to go around to our queen, and we're going to make the last 3 chicks with the ace, king of spades. Okay? If we go back to the point here, and what we're going to do is show all the hands, you can see that West has the king, jack of hearts. You go, but Steve, what about if East plays the 10 of hearts? So we can see what happens there. If East plays the 10 of hearts, you cover with the queen. West wins the king, and now is in the same situation. They can't play a club or a diamond. That gives a rough and discard. And they can't play a heart because that runs round to the ace, 9. So we've seen the ace, queen, 10 as a situation. You've got ace, queen, 9 as a situation. You've got king, jack, 10 and king, jack, 9 and king, jack, x. Again, they're all situations that if you lose the first trick to the right hand, they have no safe exits elsewhere. They have to give you a trick when they return that suit. So with that in mind, we're going to have a look at another type of situation where you might want an end play, and that is to avoid a finesse. So we're now in a situation where we're still with trumps. We now have a much better heart combination. We've got ace 10x opposite king jack x. And we've got what's called a two-way finesse. We can, if we know who's got the queen of hearts, we can make 3 heart tricks by finessing the right way. Now, one of the situations you learn when you're learning bridge is finessing. Beginners don't take any finesses because they don't know what it is. Advanced players take every finesse under the sun. But what you'll see experts doing is avoiding finesses unless they have to take them. So one of the things you can do with end plays is you can end play someone to take the finesse for you. Okay, well imagine in the same situation where you can see we've drawn the last trump. We've played the 3 of spades to the 7. No one's got any trumps left. East and West threw clubs away. And we're in the north end now, and we're trying to make most of the rest of the tricks, as many as we can. We're going to make the ace king of spades. We're going to make the ace king of hearts. So we're trying not to lose the last 2 if we can help it. Well, we're going to lose a diamond. So what we could do is try and guess who's got the queen of hearts, and we can maybe play east for the queen of hearts or west for the queen of hearts. And half the time, you'll be right. Half the time, however, you'll be wrong. But what we can do in this particular situation, again, with end plays, if you're going to lose a trick anyway, try and engineer it in such a way so that you lose that trick when they haven't got any good returns. So in this particular case, rather than trying to guess who's got the queen of hearts, we're going to play our diamond. We're going to lose that diamond anyway. There's nothing we can do. There's nowhere to throw it away on. So we're going to play that diamond. And if East wins it or West wins it, they'll be end played. In this particular case, West wins it with the 10. And what can West do? If West plays a club or a diamond, they give us a rough and discard, which means we make the rest of the tricks. And if they play a heart, they take the finesse for us. You can see now, whichever hand of East and West won it, if they had to play a heart, they're going to pick up the queen wherever it lies. In this particular case, we'll play low. East plays the queen. Brilliant. We've found the queen. If we tried to take the finesse ourselves, half the time we'd get it wrong. We'd play West for the queen and East would have it. So one of the other ways to do end plays is to look for a situation where you can avoid taking a finesse and let them take it for you. If they take it for you, they might give you the finesse when otherwise it would have even failed. So with that in mind, we're now going to look at some full hands. We're going to look at trying to set up the end play, thinking about how we get it to such a position where when we lose the lead, they've got nothing good to play back. So here's our first hand, and we're going to play all these hands today where you can't see the opponent's hands, and we got to 4 hearts in this particular case. And at a certain point during the hand, I'm going to allow you to pause it, think about how you would set the end play up, At the point, usually the point where we gain the lead or we've drawn trumps and we found out things are breaking. Obviously, if trumps break, things become a bit more difficult, but we're going to get to that point. Pause the video, see if you think how you can arrange the end play, what order you play the rest of the cards in, and then we'll see if you're right. So we get to 4 hearts here, we open a heart, partner raises to 3, and we bid game, and they lead a spade. So the first thing we do with any contract is decide you know, what the problems are we going to make this, does it have play, that sort of thing. And if we count our tricks, it looks like we've got 6 heart tricks, looks like we're going to make a spade for 7, we're going to make 2 aces for 9, so we need a 10th trick somewhere. It could be from one of the diamond finesses, it could be from some sort of end play, and that's the sort of thing we're going through. The worry is they've led a spade, so maybe there's a spade ruff here. You see, we're going to lose the ace and king of spades, and if spades are 5-2, we might suffer a ruff. So we're going to play to that point and we'll see what happens. East wins the king. East plays the ace of spades. We play the queen to pretend that we haven't got any left. And then East plays a 3rd spade. So does this get ruffed? It does not. So in this particular point here, what we're going to do, we're going to see if trumps break. If trumps are 3-0, it might be a bit awkward to ruff all the clubs and get back to dummy and still have a trump left to get this ruff and discard going. So we're going to draw 1 round of trumps. Brilliant. So we're at this point here. We've lost 2 tricks. We can only afford to lose 1 more. And we know trumps are breaking. There's still 1 trump left. So pause the video now. See if you think you could find the end play. There is an end play here. What we look for the end play in this particular case is we've got one of those really obvious holdings. We've got ace, queen, 9. We've even got the 10 in the north hand. So we know if we lose the lead to West in a position where they can't play anything good, we're going to end play them. So what order do we need to play the rest of the cards in for that to happen? So what we need to do is eliminate clubs. Eliminate means make it so that North and South have no more clubs left, or make it so that if West exits in a club, he's going to give a ruff and discard. And we've got to be a bit careful here. We can't draw the 2nd trump just yet. The danger with that is we need the trumps in the north hand as entries to ruff out the clubs and get back to the north hand to take a diamond finesse. So what we need is to play a club now. If we think about how it's going to go, we're going to play a club to the ace, ruff a club, heart to the ace or the 10, ruff a club. Now there's no clubs left, but we're in the wrong hand. So we still need to play a heart to dummy so that we can take a diamond finesse and lose it to either it wins, remember winning it is an option, or it loses to West. If we play a trump now, we'll be an entry short. So again, with end plays, you need to try and visualize the situation you need to get to and then plan the tricks in the order you need so that you can get to that ending. So that's what we're going to do. If you played a 2nd trump now, you'd find yourself 1 entry short to finish in the north hand to play a diamond finesse while you still have a trump in each hand. Just remember that if you don't have a trump in each hand, you don't have that ruff and discard threat, and West could safely exit in clubs or spades. So we're going to do that now. We're going to play a club at trick 2 to dummy's ace. We're going to ruff a club, and we can afford to ruff it high just in case clubs are breaking really badly. And then we're going to play another heart to dummy, and we're going to ruff another club high, and then we're going to play our last heart to dummy so that we're in the right hand at this point. Okay, so we needed effectively 3 entries to the north hand, 2 to affect clubs and 1 to get there so that the diamonds are left. So we couldn't afford to waste drawing an extra trump before we started ruffing clubs. So here we're in this position, we're in the normal position. We're going to do the usual thing. We're going to take a diamond finesse. We're going to run the 10 this time. 10 small, 9. And obviously if the 10 holds, we're in the right hand to repeat the finesse. And the 10 loses to the jack, but all is safe. We're playing teams. We're going to make our contract now. What can West possibly play? They can't play a black suit. That gives a ruff and discard. And if they play a diamond, they're playing into our ace and queen. So you can see the diamond comes back. Our queen wins, and we claim the last 2 tricks. Okay? So you can see the full hand there. That's a situation that was happened. Obviously, sometimes one of the diamonds will be with East, and you'll make it whatever you do, but the end play is one of these situations that is guaranteed to work, whereas diamond finessing will only work when East has got one of the honours. And so end plays are going to win you boards that other people who are just taking finesses aren't going to win. All right. let's take a look at our next problem. So here's hand number 2. Again, there's going to be a stopping point. So we're going to talk through the hand. We're going to stop at a certain point and allow you to play the rest of the hand out in your mind. Think about how you'd get the end play. And then we'll see if we can get there. We get to 4 spades. We've got a pretty good hand. West opened the bidding. East preempted to 3 diamonds. We doubled and then showed our spades. And partner managed to raise. Now, you can see partner's got a nice couple of major suit kings for us there. And a 4-card spade fit, which is really good. Now, we get a bit of clue from the bidding here about how likely we are to make this. So let's think about what we're going to do. We're hopefully going to make 5 spade tricks. We're hopefully going to make 3 hard tricks, definitely, and maybe a 4th. So let's call it 3, that's 8. We're going to make a diamond, that's 9. And so we need a 10th trick from somewhere. You'll notice that there's not much we can rough in the north hand. North has the same shape in the minors that we have. And so it looks like the only 2 chances for 10 tricks are the hearts being 3-3 or making the king of clubs. Okay, how likely is that to be the case? Well, let's see what happens with the first couple of tricks and then we'll talk about it. So West leads the ace of their suit and continues with another one of their suit and we win the king. So here we are at trick 2 and we're going to play the ace of spades to see if trumps break. Because if trumps are 4-0, we're going to lose a trump trick. And they break. Okay, so take a moment, pause it, have a think about how you do it. The bidding might be a clue. And then we're going to see how we can possibly maybe spot an end play on this hand. Alright, so we've got 3 chances to make this realistically. And one of those chances is not the club finesse, playing a club to the king. How likely is that to work? Well, you're not missing many points, are you? What can West possibly have for that opening bid? They've shown up with the ace of diamonds. They might have jack of spades, jack of diamonds, jack of hearts, maybe, but almost certainly they've got the ace of clubs for their bid, given they've probably only got a 4-card diamond suit. There's probably opened some sort of balanced hand. East is preempted with 5 diamonds. And so I would put a lot of money on West having the ace of clubs there. So it doesn't feel like playing a club to the king is going to work. So the only other 2 options you've got that aren't end plays are you could play for hearts 3-3, and if hearts are 3-3, that's just 10 tricks. So we can't do something that goes off when hearts are 3-3, so we're not going to do anything silly. And the other thing we can do is, if we're absolutely sure that West has the ace of clubs, we could just duck 2 clubs, hoping that West's ace will take one of the first 2 clubs, and then we can make our king. So there are 2 possibilities for making the contract without an end play. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what the breaks are and see how we can possibly try and make this when the ace of clubs is offside. So we're going to draw the next trumps. Are they breaking? And trumps break. And then we're going to see if hearts break. Because if hearts break, we've got 10 tricks. So we can't avoid not testing the hearts at some point. So we're going to play a heart. I'm going to play the ace of hearts. Everyone follows to that. That looks good. And if hearts break, we're going to make our contract. And we're going to play a heart to the 10, king, and he shows out. So we know West has 4 hearts. We know West has some diamonds. And we know West probably has the ace of clubs. They didn't have the jack of spades. So I think they need the ace of clubs to their opening bid. And what are the chances that the ace of clubs is doubleton? Well, if you think about what West's hand is, it looks like they've got 2 spades. We know that. The 4 hearts, we know that. Likely 4 diamonds, because East is unlikely to preempt with only 4 themselves. So East is likely to have 5 diamonds. And so it looks like West has 3 clubs. So that other line's not going to work. So how can we possibly end play West? Well, North's 7 hearts we can rough, so that's not really a loser. And then we're in a position where we're sort of stuck. However, what we can do is, if we want West to be on lead in a position where they don't have a good exit cards, is we don't need to rough this 7 of hearts. We can let West win their heart, and on that we can just throw a losing club away. We're going to lose some clubs anyway. There's no way. Look at our club suit. We've got 3 small ups at king third. It's not like we're not losing club tricks. But what we can do in this particular case here, we want West to be playing clubs for us. And so that we can make our king. So what we're going to do, we know West has the last heart. We're just going to play a heart. East is going to play something, and we're just going to discard a club. We know West is going to win this, and more importantly, we've thrown them in. This is the position in the hand where West has won a trick, and they don't have a good exit. We've end played them again. Okay, so it's not obvious to see whether end play is going to come from trick 1. Obviously, hearts being 3-3 would mean we make it anyway, but you've got to keep that in mind as the hand changes and progresses. Is there any chance of, oh, I don't need to ruff this? If they win this, they're stuck. So West tries the ace of clubs in case their partner's got the king, and they don't. So we're going to make the last 4 tricks. They're going to play a second club, and we win the king. Brilliant. So you can see the whole hand. There is nothing the defense can do in that situation. If West unblocks their hearts, we just make our 4th heart anyway. If West starts throwing hearts away on something, on spades, for example, we're just going to make our 10th trick with the 4th round of hearts. So what can they do? Nothing really. There's no way West can ever get East in to lead a club through. As long as we don't play clubs too early, we were going to be fine there. So well done if you spotted that, but it's another sort of end play. Again, the mechanics are there. You need West to win the trick in a position where they don't have a good return. We've got 2 more hands to come. Let's have a look at what the next one brings for us. So here we are with number 3. And it's about time we bid a slam. We've not bid a slam for a while, have we? So we're in 6 clubs. We open a club. Partner shows a game forcing club raise. We show a strong balanced hand. Partner bids quantitative, and we bid 6 clubs. So there's our auction there. Maybe 6 no trumps would be a sensible spot too, but if it was match points, maybe we'd try 6 no trumps. But we're playing teams. We're trying to make our contract, so 6 clubs it is. And West leads the king of diamonds, and we have a look at what dummy brings. So if we have a quick count of our tricks as normal, we're going to make 6 clubs. The ace of diamonds is 7, the ace king of hearts is 9, and the ace king of spades is 11. We've been a bit unlucky. If partner had a 3rd spade, we would have 3 spade tricks, and that would give us 12 tricks. Or if South had a 3rd spade, we would have 3 spade tricks, and that would give us 12 tricks. So we've been a bit unlucky here that we've got this duplication in spades. We've got 9 points in spades, but only 2 tricks. So what can we do to potentially make a 12th trick somewhere else? Have a think about it, and then we'll see how we can do this. All right, so hopefully you've had a pause. If not, do that now, and then we're going to play this out. So we're going to think about it. We could potentially squeeze someone, or we could end play someone. And in this particular case, we're going to try an end play, and it's going to be a bit different to the ones we've seen so far. It's going to be something called a partial elimination. So we're going to play a few tricks in and then think about what we mean by that. But the usual thing is we're going to win the first trick, and it's important to win the first trick because we need our jack of diamonds as an exit card later. And then we're going to draw trumps. So we're going to play a club. Okay, they're breaking, and a second club, and all the trumps are gone. Now, what we mean by a partial elimination here is what we can't do is throw someone in a position where they won't have a good exit card potentially. So we can eliminate spades, but the issue is we can't eliminate hearts, which is what we've been doing so far. We're going to exit in the jack of diamonds, and we know likely is that West led the king of diamonds. They've probably got the queen. So we know the jack of diamonds is going to end play West, as in throw them in, and we need it in a position where they haven't got a good exit card. And the danger is, how can we possibly eliminate hearts? If we play ace king of hearts, someone's going to have a heart left, and if we play another heart, they're going to win that heart, and they're going to cash a diamond. So it's not guaranteed that we can eliminate everything. So what we say by a partial elimination is we're going to try and eliminate just West's hearts, knowing that we can't eliminate both hands' hearts. Okay, so what we mean by that, let's just play this out a bit. We're going to draw, we're going to play our 2 spades. And what we're going to do is play West, the hand that must have the queen of diamonds, we think, the hand that's going to win the diamond. We're going to play for West to only have at most 2 hearts. So we're going to cash our ace, and we're going to cash our king. Now we know for sure that at this point here, only one of them has a heart left, and we're hoping that's going to be East. Okay, if West has the last heart, nothing we can do. They're going to win a heart and a diamond. But if East has the last heart, we've partially eliminated it in that we've eliminated West's hearts. That's what we mean by that. And now at this point, we're going to exit with a diamond. West has to win it because they've got the king. And well, so they led the king, they've got the queen. And West's on lead now. Now, if West has the last heart, there wasn't anything we can do in this hand. But if West doesn't have the last heart, what can they exit with? A spade gives us a rough and discard. A diamond gives us a rough and discard. And we know they've got no clubs left. So if they haven't got a heart, we're going to make this. And let's see. They don't. They had to play a diamond. So we get to rough this in the north end. We get to throw our losing heart away in the south end. And we get to claim. So we can see at trick 1 what the situation was. West's done well. If West doesn't lead a diamond, we just set North's hearts up. And we make 12 tricks that way. So we're always going to make it on a non-diamond lead. It's not like they've given us a chance here. But when they lead a diamond, we can't just set the hearts up because we're going to lose a diamond and a heart in that way. We needed to make an end play. So one of the things you can think about is if there isn't a true end play, a guaranteed end play, you can do something called a partial elimination. You can try and eliminate the person you're throwing in's exit cards rather than all the exit cards for both defenders. So that's an interesting point. We haven't met that before, but hopefully you spotted that too, and well done if you did. We've got one more hand to come. Let's have a look at what the last one brings us. So here's our last one, another slam, and it's a bit tougher than the previous ones, but again, just there to show you the different things with end plays. The general gist is to get the position where if they win the trick, they don't have good exit cards. That's how you gain from an end play. And then we're just looking at different ways to do it. So let's have a look at this one. We decide to open 2-no trumps. We've got a pretty good 2-no trump hand. Partner transfers us to spades, and we go, ooh, yes, please. And we bid 4 spades. Partner bids key card. We show how many we've got, and partner decides 6 spades. Yes, that's where we're going to play. And they lead the jack of hearts, and here we go. Let's have a quick count of what's going on. We've got, hopefully, 5 spade tricks, unless spades are 4-0. Let's assume they're not. 5 spade tricks. We've got 3 hearts is 8. We've got the ace of diamonds is 9. And we've got the ace king of clubs is 11. We're in this position again where we're 1 trick short of our contract. And we've got this awful duplication in clubs again. We've got the ace king of clubs, which are only worth 2 tricks. Boo. So have a think about this one. I'm going to give you the think at the start of the hand. So pause the video now. See if you think about how you might end play someone here. And what you'd need for it to be the case. All right, so you can see we've got problems here. There's no clear suit that we can throw them in with. It's not like we've got a 4th round of hearts or a clear indication of what to do. So we're going to just play a few tricks until we've drawn trumps, and then we're going to talk about what we need and what we need to do to try and make an end play here. Now, it's not guaranteed. It does depend on what East-West may have. And potentially there are some genuine distributions of diamonds that we can do. So let's play a few tricks in. We're going to win the Queen of Hearts, and we're going to draw a trump. Well, they're not 4-0, that's good. And we're going to draw a second trump. And they're 2-2, that's even better. So we can stop drawing trumps now. We've drawn them all. And we're going to think about what's going on. Now, what are the genuine diamond positions that we can win 2 tricks in? We could have someone having King, Queen, Doubleton. That would work. If you play one to the ace and the king or the queen falls, you can then just duck one, and if they've got king, queen, Doubleton, we make one that way. Or East could have a singleton, king or queen. If we play 1 to our ace and we take East, singleton, king or queen, and then we play 1 to the jack, we have to guess whether it was a singleton or whether we've got king, queen, Doubleton. But there are genuine ways we can make some diamond tricks. But for all of those, we need a diamond honor to fall in the first round, and the odds of that happening aren't very likely. There is something we can do as well. It's slightly that includes some of those chances, but also maybe end play them. We can't do it if diamonds break 3-3, but we can if diamonds break 4-2. Imagine diamonds are 4-2, which is often the most likely distribution for 6 cards to be missing. So if diamonds are 4-2, what can we do? Well, if we play a diamond to the ace, and the person with 2 diamonds has honor Doubleton, has king X or queen X, we can then play a second diamond. When they win it, they may be end played as long as we've eliminated the other things. Ooh, that's interesting, isn't it? So we're going to do that, and for various reasons, which I'll show you after the hand, we're going to do that very early. What we don't want them to do is someone with queen X or king X unblocking when it's right to unblock. And if you look like you're doing an end play and you eliminate hearts and you eliminate clubs and then you play a diamond to the ace, they might find an unblock. So we're going to do it at trick 4. We're going to play a diamond from the north hand to the ace. Now, no one's got king, queen, Doubleton because no honor's fallen. No one's got singleton honor, so we can't make a legitimate second diamond trick. But what we've got to hope now is that either West or East started with king X or queen X of diamonds. Now, if we play a second diamond, they can't untangle their diamond tricks here. Yeah, so for example, if West has Queen X and the second diamond they win the Queen, East can't overtake with the King without setting the Jack up. Okay, so that's the sort of situation we're in. Now, what we're going to do once we've played a diamond to the ace is we're going to draw, or at least eliminate, the hearts and the clubs. So everyone followed. East threw the club on a heart, so West started with 5 hearts. And now we're in a position where hopefully, if diamonds are 3-3, there's nothing we can do. We couldn't make this hand. But we're in a position now where someone might have to win a diamond without having another diamond left to play. So let's do that. We're going to play a diamond. West plays low. We'll try the Jack. It might win. East wins the King. Do they have another diamond? No, they don't. So we can rough and discard again. We rough in the south hand this time. We have to rough in the south hand, so we can throw North's last diamond away. And then we can claim the rest because we've got 3 trumps left. So if we look at the full hand, you can see there was nothing East-West can do with the hard cards that lie. Now, obviously, we needed a bit of a lucky distribution in diamonds. I say lucky. I don't know what the percentages are, but it's less than half the time this will be the case. We could have had King, Queen of Diamonds, or Singleton King, or Singleton Queen, or this particular situation here. When we played a diamond to the ace, what does East do? East can't play the King, because then we can lead one towards the Jack, and we'll make the Jack. And East, as we saw, if they play the 10, they're going to get end played. So there's nothing they can do in this situation. We're just going to look at a situation where there is something they can do, and that's why we needed to play a diamond to the ace straight away. So this is the same hand with the defensive cards mixed up a teeny bit to show why it's important if we're going to do something like this, that we need to do it early before the defense wises up. So we're just going to play to the same point. You can see now this case, we do have the same situation. Diamonds are 4-2 with one of them having a doubleton honor, but in this situation, they can actually defend against it. So they lead a heart, and we're going to draw trumps. And now we're going to play a diamond to the ace. Remember, I said we need to do this early before they have information about the hand. We play a diamond to the ace. Now, what does West do? West actually has a winning option now. West can unblock the Queen of Diamonds. And if you do this late in the hand, if you cash your ace kings and West can count your points, they might be able to count that you haven't got the King of Diamonds, in which case it's safe for them to unblock their Queen. They might be able to see themselves getting end played. And they might be able to work out to unblock the Queen here. And if you play against someone who is good enough to unblock the Queen at trick 4, hats off to them. You just have to congratulate them on an excellent play. But you can see if they unblock the Queen in this situation, when you try to end play them, it'll go 9, Jack, King, and they'll have the 10 to cash. So the reason to do it early is for it's difficult for West to unblock the Queen. For example, South could have ace King of Diamonds very easily here. South's got a strong hand. And West might not realise they can afford to unblock the Queen if you do it early, but if you do it late, you've got to watch out for some crafty Wests who can count the hand quite quickly and work out to throw the Queen away. So hopefully that sequence of hands helped you with end plays yourself. Hopefully we now know what we need to set up for an end play to be working, when we need to lose the trick in a position where they can't exit with anything good for you, and some of the common types of suit combinations where you might think, aha, maybe an end play is what we need here. Comment below about any of those hands, whether you like those hands or whether you'd have played them differently, and comment below if you'd like other topics for me to do in video form. I'm doing a mix of topics for different abilities and aptitudes. So hopefully, if enough people comment on some things, I'll do that as the next topic, and then you'll get what you want. Anyway, I've been Steve. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.